This is the practice video for the very beginning of Book A. I may come out with another one later, but for now, this is what I really need parents to do the first 2 months. If parents are not really successful with their child, and their child is being so stubborn, and we don't feel like we can accomplish what I'm talking about in this video, you may think about waiting until your child is older, and then what I'm asking them to do here, it just becomes more natural. But if they're really, really struggling and they just cannot, then this might not be the right time in their life for it. So a couple things. I want to talk about getting the piano bench up high. You can do that by elevating the piano bench. You can get one that rolls up higher, that elevates it. You can put a booster seat on top of it. You can get a regular chair with a cushion. These are the things that we need to get your child up high, because we need the arm to be straight while they play. We can't have them come to the piano this way. It's just, that would make our lives 10 times worse. Just by bringing the piano bench up higher, will be great. Probably by 2nd or 3rd grade, you're going to be you're not going to need that anymore. They're going to be tall enough to do it. So this is something that we need to do. When their hands are over the black keys, we need their elbow just slightly higher than their knuckles, not much. And we want their elbow to be just a little bit in front of their body, not behind. So make sure that your piano bench isn't like a desk. Make sure it's back just about an inch further than what you think would be perfect. Bring it back just a little bit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to battle is getting the wrists up. With an elevated piano bench, we can deal with a lot of those problems. Obviously, there's a couple things you can do to help them get their wrists up. I'll sometimes just tap their wrist, and then they'll just automatically correct it without it being too invasive. Another thing I've done with some real stubborn hands, I've done this, and I just, every time they touch it, they need to, don't touch my hand, and then they can see how often their hands are too low. So that's another thing to do, is to do this, but we've got to get it up. It's the pinky that gives us the most problems. So keep working on that. They'll get used to it. Before too long, they won't even imagine playing like that. We also don't want them to play here. Sometimes if they've got flat fingers, imagine this. How much they have to move their wrist just to be able to hit all the keys. We want them to play closer to the black keys. Okay, here is the most important thing of all. Once we've moved past one thumb and we've done the Dr. Pepper song, we're getting off the black keys and we move back to the white keys, now the real trouble begins. This is where we really, really, really need the parents to watch, just be the finger Nazi, and just make sure that they keep those fingers round every time. If they practice wrong at home, they're going to come and they're going to play wrong for me, and they've built strength and muscle memory incorrectly, and I don't have enough time with them to undo it. And so then week after week, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And then all I'm doing is complaining to the child about their hands, and nobody likes to be constantly corrected. So if you can, the first month and a month or two, work really, really hard to make sure their fingers are round. We don't want this. That's wrong. We want to build memory, muscle memory, and we want to build strength with that knuckle that way, not this way. The other thing is flat fingers. Don't let them do this. They've got to be up. And we'll have better lessons, because it really does not take very long. But if the parent cannot force this onto the child in the beginning, then we battle it for so long. And it's just better just to take care of it right away. So I don't care about the notes. Don't worry about the notes. You can play it. Let them copy you. The idea really is to make sure that they are playing with the round fingers. So work super, super, super hard on that. And that's the best thing to do to help you get through that book in about 4 months instead of about 9 months. So work super hard on that, and I promise you we're going to have some awesome lessons.